I suppose when I look back to when we converted to dairy, what the whole farm was about was protecting our investment, I suppose, that we already had, our lime works and our blending facilities. So when the dairy boom happened in Southland, there was a whole lot of sheep and beef farmers that were selling out to dairy farmers. And they didn't want to move into town, the sheep and beef farmers that were displaced, I suppose, so they sort of bought lifestyle blocks around Winton. And the reason that we bought the land originally was to protect our existing business. So it sort of got to the stage where about 2015, maybe 2014, where we had 1,100 acres of land around the outside of our lime works, and the payout was $8.65. And dairy farmers were doing really well, so at that stage we decided as a board to convert to dairy. The sort of whole industry, I suppose, dairy industry turned a bit pear-shaped there for a while, and the payout went to the low $4, it went to the high $3, and we were a new conversion and we were hemorrhaging cash. So what is AB Lime's dairy farm all about? Well, I suppose the reason I give the history is because when you looked at my accounts, they were looking pretty poor. And I remember in the smoko room over at work there that one of the major shareholders said to me, he said, "Oh, Steve, this dairy farming thing, I'm not a major fan of it, but we're going to do it well, eh?" And I suppose when I looked at my accounts after the first 2 years after converting, when you looked at the bottom line and it was showing big negative numbers, I was pretty clear that I was not really confident that that was doing it well. So it sort of made us take a step back and look for the vision for the farm and what doing it well really meant. Did it mean having nice, happy staff? Did it mean environmentally sustainable ways? Did it mean a gigantic number at the bottom of your accounts? You know, doing it well was a great idea and certainly what we wanted to do, but it wasn't necessarily easy to achieve right across the board. So we've made a whole lot of changes since then, and you know, we've sort of, I suppose, aligned it with the AB Lime sort of company values, which, you know, I know that a lot of the people looking from the outside might look at AB Lime and go, well, they've got heaps of money, they can do it that way, but it's actually a value for the company that we like to do things with quality. And so that meant, you know, quality lime works, quality product, quality health and safety systems, and it kind of meant a quality dairy farm as well. So that's where we're concentrating on, and we're, you know, concentrating, if we can, a balanced dairy farm right across the board. So happy, healthy staff that are having fun, not worked to the bone, environmentally sustainable, and make some money along the way. So I think that hopefully that summarises that.
It's great to work for a company like AB Lime that put the animals and the people, the staff and the environment first. It's not all about profit. You know, we really like to focus on our animals and you know, do the best we can for them. Also our staff. So we have a 5-2 roster. So that's enabled everyone to, you know, sort of keep fresh, and when they are at work, they're more engaged and sort of get the best out of them. Also, you know, it gives them a better balance to obviously enjoy life outside of work, and yeah, that's obviously a huge part of it.
We've been sort of working over the last sort of year, probably all up, looking at determining what our company's values are. So what does AB Lime look like? What does the ideal employee or staff member of AB Lime look like? And what are the behaviours kind of around that? So for us, it's probably still in its infancy, although we are sort of making progress, but I think the important thing for us is that great people is where we're kind of making our whole foundation. So having the right attitudes, the right behaviours, the right training, the right sort of mental space, and also sort of, I suppose, time away from AB line to actually live a wee bit, you know. Yes, you spend a lot of time at work, but that's not necessarily why you're alive on this planet. So we're always trying to find the balance between making sure people are happy at work, but also making sure that they're happy away from work, and can spend time with their family and their kids and do all that sort of cool stuff that they may want to do. Originally, when we first converted to dairy, we really didn't know what we were doing. We had a share milker on for those first couple of years, and we were pretty standard dairy operator during those kind of years, and it was a low payout, so things were kind of difficult. But I think as time's progressed, we've got much more confident, I suppose, in what we're doing. The environmental side of it, particularly around the quarrying and the landfill side of the business, environmental protection is really, really important to us. And the dairy farm has also fallen under that kind of mantra. So we tend to sort of just take in our umbrella that used to be over the landfill and the quarry and just put it over the whole dairy farm. So for us it's very important, and certainly in the last sort of 12 months it's getting a lot of focus to what dairy farming sustainability kind of looks like, and we're trying to get involved as much as we can in those discussions, because hopefully we can help, because we have had a lot of experience in running a dairy farm in a sort of environmentally sort of sustainable way.